Imagine a young man, barely in his 20s, standing at the helm of a vast empire, dreaming of greatness. This is the story of Alexander the Great, a name synonymous with conquest and ambition. His journey is not just about battles won, but a legacy that shaped the world as we know it today. Born in 356 BC in Pella, the ancient capital of Macedonia, Alexander was destined for greatness. His father, King Philip II, was an ambitious ruler who united the Macedonian tribes. From a young age, Alexander was exposed to the intricacies of leadership and the art of war. As a child, Alexander showed remarkable intellect and courage. He studied under the renowned philosopher Aristotle, absorbing knowledge that would later influence his strategies and perspectives. This early education laid the groundwork for his future as a military genius. In 336 BC, tragedy struck when King Philip II was assassinated, leaving Alexander to ascend the throne at just 20 years old. Faced with challenges from rival factions and external threats, he quickly proved his mettle by quelling rebellions and securing his kingdom. Alexander's ambition soon turned towards expansion. In 334 BC, he launched a campaign against the Persian Empire, the superpower of his time. His early victories at the Battle of Granicus set the stage for an unprecedented series of conquests. The Battle of Issus in 333 BC was a defining moment for Alexander. Outnumbered but undeterred, he employed brilliant tactics to outmaneuver Darius III, the Persian king. This victory marked a turning point, solidifying his reputation as a formidable strategist. In 332 BC, Alexander besieged the coastal city of Tyre. The siege lasted for 7 months, showcasing his determination and innovative military tactics. When he finally conquered Tyre, it demonstrated his relentless pursuit of victory, furthering his legacy. After Tyre, Alexander turned his sights on Egypt, where he was hailed as a liberator. In 331 BC, he founded the city of Alexandria, which would become a beacon of culture and learning, further extending his influence beyond military conquest. In his quest for knowledge, Alexander sought out the Oracle of Delphi, aiming to understand his destiny. The oracle's cryptic messages fueled his ambition, as he believed he was favored by the gods, destined for greatness on a grand scale. Alexander's relentless drive led him into the heart of Persia, culminating in the Battle of Gaugamela in 331 BC. With strategic brilliance, he defeated Darius III once more, leading to the fall of the Persian Empire and marking a turning point in history. Having secured the Persian Empire, Alexander continued his campaign into India. The Battle of the Hydaspes in 326 BC pitted him against King Porus. Despite fierce resistance, Alexander's tactical prowess prevailed, further expanding his empire's borders. Despite his military successes, the journey took a toll on Alexander's men. Exhausted and yearning for home, they ultimately refused to march further into India. This pivotal moment highlighted the limits of ambition and the cost of conquest. In 324 BC, Alexander returned to Babylon, where he envisioned a grand city blending cultures. His dream was to unite East and West, creating a harmonious society. However, tensions with his troops grew, illustrating the complexities of leadership and unity. Tragically, Alexander's life was cut short in 323 BC at the age of 32. His sudden illness left a power vacuum, leading to infighting among his generals. His passing raised questions about the sustainability of his empire and its future. Despite his early demise, Alexander's legacy endured. The Hellenistic period flourished, spreading Greek culture and ideas across the known world. His influence on military strategy and leadership is still studied and revered today. Alexander the Great's life is a testament to ambition, vision, and the pursuit of greatness. His remarkable journey teaches us about resilience and the power of dreams. In the face of adversity, he carved his name into the annals of history. As we reflect on Alexander's epic legacy, let us draw inspiration from his unwavering ambition. In our own lives, may we strive for greatness, embrace challenges, and leave our mark on the world, just as he did. Following his victory at Granicus, Alexander's forces surged through Asia Minor. His tactical genius became evident as he employed innovative strategies that confounded larger enemy armies. This early success solidified his reputation, inspiring loyalty among his troops and fear in his adversaries. As he moved deeper into Persia, Alexander faced the famed Persian army at the Battle of Issus. Despite being outnumbered, his leadership and the fierce resolve of his men led to a decisive victory. This battle marked a turning point, establishing him as a formidable force. In the aftermath of his triumphs, Alexander showcased remarkable diplomacy. He didn't just conquer, he sought to unite cultures by encouraging intermarriage and cultural exchanges between Macedonians and Persians. This vision of unity was ahead of its time. Alexander's journey took him to the heart of Persia, where he captured the majestic city of Babylon. His arrival was met with awe, as he envisioned a new capital that would symbolize his empire's greatness. The city became a melting pot of cultures. An astute leader, Alexander understood the importance of governance. He implemented reforms that improved administrative efficiency and encouraged local customs. His policies helped stabilize the regions he conquered, fostering loyalty among the diverse populations. However, not all his campaigns were smooth. The siege of Tyre presented immense challenges. The city was fortified and resilient, but Alexander's perseverance and innovative siege tactics eventually led to its downfall, demonstrating his military ingenuity. After conquering Tyre, Alexander turned his sights on Egypt, where he was welcomed as a liberator. He founded the city of Alexandria, which would become a beacon of knowledge and culture, fostering advancements that would last for centuries. In Egypt, Alexander was proclaimed a god by the Oracle of Amun, further enhancing his divine status. This moment solidified his role not just as a conqueror, but as a ruler who bridged the gap between gods and men in the eyes of his followers. As he continued eastward, Alexander faced the challenge of the harsh desert in his quest for glory. The difficult conditions tested his army's endurance, yet his determination and inspirational leadership kept morale high during these trials. Crossing into India, Alexander encountered King Porus at the Battle of the Hydaspes. The fierce elephants and skilled infantry of Porus offered unprecedented challenges, showcasing the adaptability and tactical brilliance of Alexander's army. Though victorious, the harsh realities of war began to take a toll on Alexander's troops. Exhausted and longing for home, they mutinied at the Hyphasis River, forcing him to reconsider his relentless quest for conquest and to respect their wishes. In a remarkable show of leadership, Alexander agreed to turn back, respecting his men's courage and exhaustion. This decision marked a pivotal moment. He understood that true leadership is about knowing when to push forward and when to show compassion. As they journeyed back, Alexander ensured their safety by navigating through treacherous terrain. His resolve and strategic acumen continued to shine as he led his army through the Gedrosian Desert, showcasing his unwavering commitment to his troops. Upon returning to Babylon, Alexander focused on consolidating his empire. He set about building a network of cities that would facilitate trade and cultural exchange, further uniting the diverse regions under his rule. Alexander's vision also extended to education and culture. He invited philosophers, scientists, and artists to his court, fostering an environment of intellectual growth that would resonate through the ages. His untimely death at 32 left an empire at its zenith, but also a legacy of fragmentation. Alexander's passing sparked struggles for power among his generals, leading to the eventual division of his vast empire into Hellenistic kingdoms. Despite the subsequent chaos, Alexander's influence persisted. The spread of Hellenistic culture laid the groundwork for advancements in science, philosophy, and art, shaping the course of Western civilization for centuries to come. Today, Alexander the Great remains a towering figure in history, emblematic of ambition and conquest. His life serves as a reminder of the complexities of power, leadership, and the human spirit's capacity for greatness. The narratives of Alexander's life continue to inspire leaders and thinkers around the world. His blend of military prowess, governance, and cultural integration offers lessons that are relevant even today, across various fields and disciplines. Alexander's innovative tactics and strategies are taught in military academies worldwide. His ability to adapt to new challenges and environments serves as a critical study for aspiring leaders in all sectors. Furthermore, the legacy of Alexander the Great can be seen in modern literature and art. His story inspires countless works, reflecting the themes of ambition, adventure, and the quest for knowledge that resonate through the ages. As we commemorate the life of Alexander, we must also understand the darker aspects of his conquests. His relentless ambition came at a great cost, reminding us of the complexities of human endeavors and the consequences of power. In examining Alexander's legacy, we find lessons not just in military strategy, but in the importance of vision and compassion in leadership. His life challenges us to consider how we can leave a positive impact in our own spheres of influence. Ultimately, the story of Alexander the Great is not just a tale of conquest, it's a testament to the human spirit's relentless pursuit of greatness. Each of us can draw from his experiences to forge our own paths, overcome challenges, and aspire to leave a legacy. In the end, Alexander's life encourages us to dream big, push beyond our limits, and embrace the unknown. By doing so, we honor his legacy and inspire future generations to pursue their ambitions with courage and determination. As we reflect on the epic legacy of Alexander the Great, let us remember that greatness is not defined solely by conquest, but also by the hearts we touch and the lives we inspire along the way. Alexander's story is a reminder that the journey is just as important as the destination. Embracing the challenges, celebrating victories, and learning from failures can shape us into leaders in our own right. In the tapestry of history, Alexander the Great shines as a beacon of ambition, courage, and visionary leadership. His life teaches us that the essence of greatness lies in the legacy we build and the lives we touch. As we close this chapter of Alexander's epic saga, let us carry forward the lessons learned. May his spirit of ambition and unity guide us as we strive to make our own marks in the world, creating legacies that inspire others. In the years following his monumental triumphs, Alexander faced the daunting task of integrating diverse cultures into his empire. His vision extended beyond mere conquest. He sought to create a harmonious blend of Eastern and Western traditions. This ambition would define his legacy, leaving a lasting impression on the lands he ruled. One of Alexander's most significant initiatives was the founding of new cities, many of which bore his name. These cities served not only as military outposts, but also as centers of commerce and culture. Alexandria in Egypt, the most famous of them, became a beacon of knowledge and learning. As he established these new cities, Alexander encouraged the intermingling of cultures. He implemented policies that promoted marriage between his soldiers and local women, fostering unity and shared identity among his diverse followers. This bold move further solidified his empire's cohesion. However, Alexander's ambition didn't come without its challenges. The vastness of his empire posed logistical difficulties, and dissent brewed among his troops. Discontent grew as they faced the hardships of long campaigns and demanding conditions in uncharted territories. In 324 BC, while in the heart of Persia, Alexander faced a pivotal moment. His army, exhausted and longing to return home, confronted him about their grievances. Demonstrating his leadership, Alexander listened to their concerns, finding a balance between his ambitions and the morale of his men. To rekindle the spirits of his troops, Alexander organized grand festivals and games, celebrating their victories and achievements. These events not only honored their accomplishments, but also reminded them of the glory they sought to achieve together. Despite these efforts, the strains of leadership began to take their toll. the great conqueror was not immune to the pressures of his empire. His health started to deteriorate, with rumors of his declining condition spreading among his ranks. The question of succession loomed larger than ever. Among the challenges of leadership, Alexander also faced betrayal from within. His trusted general, Parmenion, was executed on suspicion of conspiracy. This act of decisiveness sent ripples of fear and loyalty throughout the ranks, showcasing the harsh realities of power. As Alexander's journey continued, his military campaigns took him to India, where he encountered formidable foes and expansive landscapes. The battles fought in this region tested not only his military prowess, but also his strategic thinking in unfamiliar terrain. The most famous battle in India was the Battle of the Hydaspes against King Porus in 326 BC. Alexander's innovative tactics, including the use of cavalry in unexpected ways, turned the tide in his favor. This victory would further cement his reputation as an invincible commander. Following his victory, Alexander was impressed by King Porus's bravery and leadership. Rather than destroy his rival, he chose to incorporate Porus into his administration, a decision that showcased his ability to turn enemies into allies and strengthen his rule. Alexander's campaigns through India also introduced him to new cultures and philosophies. He embraced the wisdom of Indian sages, expanding his understanding of governance and leadership. This openness influenced his policies as he continued to shape his empire. As he ventured deeper into India, however, the relentless pace began to wear on his soldiers. The dream of reaching the edges of the known world began to fade, replaced by a longing for home and normalcy. Alexander faced the dilemma of ambitions versus the well-being of his troops. In 325 BC, after much deliberation, Alexander finally agreed to turn back from India. This decision was met with relief and uncertainty among his troops. They had journeyed far and faced countless trials, yet the promise of home brought a sense of hope amidst their exhaustion. The return journey was fraught with challenges, including harsh terrains and hostile territories. However, Alexander's resolve remained unshaken. He led from the front, inspiring his troops to push through adversity, showcasing his unwavering commitment to their shared destiny. As they navigated the treacherous landscape, they encountered the Gedrosian Desert. The harsh conditions tested their limits, yet Alexander's unyielding spirit pushed them forward. His ability to endure hardships became legendary, reinforcing his image as a heroic leader. Upon returning to Babylon, Alexander faced another challenge: the integration of the vast territories he had conquered. He implemented reforms that respected local customs while establishing a centralized administration, demonstrating his vision for a unified empire. Despite his successes, Alexander struggled with the balance of power among his generals. The growing rivalries and ambitions among his closest allies threatened the stability of his empire. Trust became a valuable commodity, one that was increasingly hard to maintain. In a bold move to consolidate power, Alexander began appointing non-Greek officials to key positions, including Persians and other locals. This decision aimed to forge loyalty and create a sense of belonging among the newly incorporated regions, enhancing the empire's stability. As the years passed, Alexander's health continued to decline, yet he remained active in governance and military strategy. His vision for the empire pushed him to persevere, demonstrating the strength of his character even in the face of adversity. In 323 BC, while preparing for another campaign, Alexander unexpectedly fell ill. The fever that swept through him was a wake-up call, forcing him to confront the fragility of life and the legacy he would leave behind. This moment would mark a turning point in his extraordinary journey. As he lay on his deathbed, Alexander faced his closest companions, expressing fears about the future of his empire. He reflected on the vast territories he had conquered and the unity among his followers. With great sorrow, he questioned who would inherit his dreams. In his final moments, Alexander reportedly uttered the words, "To the strongest." This ambiguous statement sparked debates about who would claim his empire. It conveyed his belief in strength and meritocracy, leaving a legacy of ambition and competition among his successors. Following his death, the empire faced a significant crisis. His generals, known as the Diadochi, struggled to fill the power vacuum left behind. The lack of a clear successor led to infighting and fragmentation, diluting Alexander's vision of unity. Despite the chaos, Alexander's legacy endured. His conquests spread Hellenistic culture across vast regions, influencing art, architecture, and philosophy for centuries to come. This cultural diffusion continued to shape the world long after his empire faded. Alexander's ability to merge cultures paved the way for innovative ideas and exchanges between East and West. The cities he founded became centers of learning where knowledge thrived and diverse philosophies intertwined, enriching human thought. His military tactics and strategies continued to be studied in military academies worldwide. Leaders and strategists looked to his methods for inspiration, drawing lessons from his campaigns on how to navigate complex challenges and achieve victory. The impact of Alexander's legacy can also be seen in the realm of leadership. His ability to inspire loyalty and respect among his followers serves as a timeless example for leaders today. He exemplified how vision, courage, and empathy could drive success. Even in the arts, Alexander's influence resonates. The tales of his adventures have inspired countless works of literature, theater, and film, immortalizing his character and the lessons of his life for future generations. In the realm of education, his life story serves as a powerful teaching tool. Educators reference Alexander's accomplishments and challenges to illustrate themes of ambition, resilience, and the complexity of leadership. As historians continue to uncover new details about Alexander's life, his story remains an endless source of fascination. Each discovery adds depth to our understanding of his character and the era in which he lived, ensuring his legacy remains relevant. In conclusion, Alexander's extraordinary journey showcases a blend of ambition, leadership, and cultural synthesis. His story reminds us that greatness is not merely about power, but about the connections we create and the legacies we leave behind. As we reflect on the life of Alexander the Great, let us carry forward his lessons of resilience and unity. May we be inspired to forge our paths, honoring those who came before us, while striving to leave a remarkable legacy of our own. Following his monumental victories, Alexander turned his attention to governance, seeking to unify the diverse cultures within his empire. He established new cities, the most notable being Alexandria in Egypt, which became a beacon of knowledge and culture. This was more than conquest. It was a vision of a blended world where different traditions could coexist and flourish. In Alexandria, Alexander encouraged the intermingling of Greek and Eastern cultures. He invited scholars, artists, and philosophers, fostering an environment where knowledge thrived. This cultural melting pot laid the groundwork for advancements in science, philosophy, and the arts that would echo through history. Despite his successes, Alexander faced numerous challenges, including dissent among his troops. As they ventured further into unfamiliar lands, the resilience of his army was tested against harsh conditions and the lure of home. Yet, Alexander's charisma and unwavering determination inspired loyalty and courage in his men. Amidst the challenges, one of Alexander's most significant battles was at the Hydaspes River against King Porus. The fierce encounter showcased his tactical brilliance, utilizing the terrain and his cavalry to secure a decisive victory. This battle exemplified his ability to adapt and innovate in the face of adversity. After the victory, Alexander's respect for King Porus led to an unexpected alliance. Rather than subjugating him, he reinstated Porus as a regional ruler, a move that demonstrated his vision of unity rather than mere domination. This act of magnanimity highlighted Alexander's strategic foresight. As he continued his journey, Alexander increasingly adopted elements of Eastern culture, donning local attire and embracing customs. This cultural integration was a testament to his understanding that true leadership required empathy and respect for those he encountered on his path. With each conquest, Alexander expanded his empire, but he also faced internal strife. His troops grew weary and longed for home, leading to pivotal moments of reflection. Alexander's ability to connect with his soldiers, to remind them of their shared mission, became essential in maintaining their loyalty and morale. In 326 BCE, Alexander returned to Persia, where he introduced reforms aimed at integrating his new subjects into the empire. He implemented policies that encouraged local governance, blending Greek and Persian administrative practices to foster stability and growth across his territories. However, the pressures of leadership began to take a toll on Alexander. The demands of empire building and the ambitious vision weighed heavily on him. He sought solace in the wisdom of philosophers, turning to the teachings of Aristotle, who instilled in him a love for knowledge and inquiry. In his quest for knowledge, Alexander also pursued geographical discoveries, sending explorers to chart unknown territories. This relentless curiosity not only expanded his empire but also laid the foundation for future explorations, igniting the human spirit of adventure across generations. As his campaign continued, the loyalty of his troops began to wane. Alexander faced a pivotal decision at the Hyphasis River, where he ultimately chose to turn back rather than push his army further into India. This marked a significant moment of humility and understanding of his limits as a leader. Upon returning to Babylon, Alexander began to dream of further building his empire. He envisioned new cities and improvements to infrastructure, aiming to connect his vast territories. His dreams included a sweeping network of roads that would facilitate trade and communication across the empire. However, the rapid expansion of his empire brought unforeseen challenges. Alexander struggled to maintain control and unity among diverse cultures, facing resistance and rebellion. His approach shifted towards conciliatory measures, seeking to integrate rather than dominate, reaffirming his legacy as a unifier. Tragically, in 323 BCE, Alexander fell ill in Babylon, leading to his untimely death at the age of 32. His unexpected passing left a power vacuum and uncertainty throughout his vast empire. The shockwaves of his death reverberated across the ancient world, forever altering its course. In the wake of his death, Alexander's empire faced fragmentation as his generals, known as the Diadochi, fought for power. This period of turmoil highlighted the challenges of sustaining a vast empire built on conquest. It was a reminder that legacies require stewardship and unity to endure. Despite the fragmentation, Alexander's legacy lived on. His conquests spread Greek culture, language, and ideas across the known world, igniting a cultural renaissance that shaped civilizations for centuries. The fusion of cultures created by his empire laid the groundwork for a more interconnected world. Centuries later, historians and leaders would look to Alexander as a model of ambition, and ambition tempered with wisdom. His military strategies and governance techniques became subjects of study, influencing military leaders and politicians throughout history. Alexander's life is a testament to the enduring nature of vision and leadership. Alexander's story serves as an inspiration, reminding us that greatness is a journey of both triumphs and trials. His ability to adapt and embrace new cultures exemplifies the importance of empathy in leadership. As we continue to explore his legacy, let us reflect on how we can carry forward the lessons learned from his extraordinary life. In conclusion, Alexander the Great's epic legacy transcends borders and time, leaving behind a narrative woven into the fabric of our collective history. His journey was not just about conquest, but also about understanding the value of unity, knowledge, and cultural exchange. As we reflect on these themes, we are reminded of our own potential to make an impact in our world. Following his conquests, Alexander established cities that became centers of culture and education. The most famous, Alexandria in Egypt, was designed as a beacon of knowledge. Here, scholars, philosophers, and artists gathered, blending Greek and Eastern traditions into a rich tapestry of innovation. As he expanded his empire, Alexander encouraged the intermingling of cultures. He adopted elements of Persian dress and customs, showing that leadership could be about inclusivity. This approach fostered loyalty among diverse populations, uniting them under his rule. Military strategy was pivotal to Alexander's success. He employed advanced tactics, such as the phalanx formation and siege warfare. His victories at battles like Gaugamela showcased his ability to adapt and innovate, solidifying his reputation as a military genius. Despite facing numerous challenges, including harsh climates and logistical issues, Alexander's determination remained unshaken. His innovative supply chain management ensured his army was well-fed and equipped, making him a pioneer in military logistics. However, not all was smooth sailing. Internal dissent began to brew among his ranks as the campaign extended into India. Alexander's troops, weary and longing for home, questioned the necessity of further conquest, leading to a pivotal moment of leadership. In a remarkable display of leadership, Alexander addressed his troops, reminding them of their shared victories and the glory that awaited them. He reignited their spirit, reaffirming their unity and purpose, motivating them to push forward despite the odds. The crossing of the Hindu Kush marked another significant turning point. As they entered India, Alexander encountered formidable armies, including elephants in battle. His ability to adapt his strategies to new challenges demonstrated his versatility as a leader. The Battle of the Hydaspes tested Alexander's resolve more than any before. Faced with King Porus and his war elephants, Alexander devised clever tactics, using the terrain to his advantage. The victory solidified his reputation further and expanded his influence in India. After the fierce battle, Alexander met with King Porus, who was impressed by his valor. Their interaction sparked a newfound respect that transcended conflict, showcasing Alexander's ability to forge alliances even with former enemies. As Alexander continued his conquests, he also prioritized the establishment of infrastructure. He built roads and bridges that facilitated trade and communication, enhancing the economies of the regions he conquered and ensuring lasting connectivity. Alexander's fascination with knowledge extended to science and philosophy. He held discussions with local scholars, promoting intellectual exchange. This commitment to learning laid the groundwork for the Hellenistic culture that would flourish long after his death. The foundation of the Hellenistic world was crucial in shaping the future of numerous civilizations. Cities like Alexandria became melting pots of ideas, where Eastern and Western philosophies intermingled, influencing art, science, and governance. As his empire expanded, Alexander's vision became increasingly ambitious. He dreamed of a world united under a single banner, fostering peace through cultural interchange. This goal drove him to explore new frontiers and ideas, making him a visionary leader. Yet the vastness of his empire brought challenges of governance. The diversity of cultures and languages required new administrative strategies. Alexander sought capable individuals from various backgrounds, demonstrating his commitment to inclusivity in leadership. Alexander's health began to decline as he embarked on his final campaigns. Despite his unwavering spirit, the toll of years of campaigning took its toll. His men stood by him, showcasing loyalty that had been forged through countless battles and shared experiences. As he traveled further east, rumors of rebellion began to surface. Alexander faced not only external threats but also the potential for internal discord. His ability to manage both dynamics would determine the stability of the empire he had built. In his final years, Alexander took bold steps to secure his legacy. He initiated plans to establish a new city in his name, intending it to serve as a symbol of hope and unity for future generations, showcasing his forward-thinking vision. However, as he faced his mortality, the question of succession loomed large. Alexander contemplated who could carry on his legacy, understanding that the strength of his empire depended on capable leadership beyond his own reign. Despite his achievements, challenges remained. The vastness of his empire and the diversity of peoples required a delicate balance. Alexander's insight into these complexities would ultimately define how history remembered his reign. In the twilight of his life, Alexander became increasingly introspective, reflecting on his journey and the people he had met. Through these reflections, he recognized the interconnectedness of humanity, emphasizing that true greatness lies in the bonds formed along the way. As he passed away, the empire faced uncertainty. His sudden death left a power vacuum, prompting questions about leadership and stability. The future of his vast conquests now depended on the alliances he had forged throughout his life. The aftermath of his death saw the fracturing of his empire. Generals and advisors, each vying for power, struggled to maintain the unity Alexander had fervently pursued. This chaos echoed the challenges he had faced throughout his journey. Despite the turmoil, Alexander's cultural impact remained. The Hellenistic age began, spreading Greek culture and ideas across the regions he had conquered. His legacy lived on through the arts, sciences, and philosophies flourishing in this new era. Alexander's life serves as a reminder of the complexities of leadership and legacy. His triumphs and challenges echo through history, illustrating that true greatness lies not merely in conquest, but in the connections forged between peoples and ideas. In the centuries that followed, Alexander was revered as both a hero and a tyrant. His dual legacy sparked debates among historians, highlighting the complexities of his character and the varied interpretations of his life's work. Alexander's influence extended far beyond his empire. The principles of leadership he embodied inspired future rulers, and his vision of unity and cultural exchange set a precedent for generations to come, shaping the dynamics of global leadership. In art, literature, and philosophy, Alexander became a symbol of the quest for greatness. His life story inspired countless works, illustrating the timeless themes of ambition, courage, and the pursuit of knowledge. Today, Alexander the Great is remembered not just for his military prowess, but for his role as a cultural catalyst. His ability to embrace and integrate diverse cultures exemplifies the potential for unity in diversity, a lesson still relevant today. As we reflect on Alexander's journey, we are reminded of the fragility of power and the importance of empathy in leadership. His life serves as an enduring lesson that the true measure of greatness is found in the connections we make and the impact we have on others. In the end, Alexander's story is a tapestry woven with threads of aspirations, struggles, and cultural intersections. His legacy is a call to embrace our shared humanity, reminding us that greatness is built on understanding and collaboration. As we continue to explore the legacy of Alexander the Great, we recognize that the impact of his life resonates far beyond the confines of history. Each of us holds the potential to shape our world, inspired by the lessons learned from his journey. The conquests of Alexander wrought immense change across continents, igniting the spread of ideas and cultures. This interplay fostered advancements not only in governance but also in art, science, and philosophy, forging a new identity for the world. Alexander's military campaigns advanced not just his personal ambitions, but also the frontiers of knowledge. His encounters with different civilizations enriched his understanding, leading to a unique perspective that shaped his decisions. His life reminds us that leadership requires adaptability, openness, and a willingness to learn from others. The enduring questions of his reign challenge us to consider how we approach leadership in our own lives, fostering connections and understanding. The legacy of Alexander the Great teaches us that greatness is not just about power and conquest, but also about the relationships we build. His journey encourages us to seek unity in diversity and to understand the strength that lies in collaboration. As we look back at his life, we must also consider the future. Alexander's journey is not merely a historical narrative, but a guide for our own paths. How will we shape our legacies in a world that still grapples with the themes he embodied? In the end, as we delve deeper into Alexander's legacy, we must ask ourselves, what stories of leadership and unity will we share? What impact will we leave in our communities, inspired by the lessons of this great conqueror? Ultimately, the legacy of Alexander the Great is a call to action. It challenges us to embrace our shared humanity and to pursue greatness through understanding and collaboration. In a world filled with division, we hold the power to create bonds that transcend barriers. As we continue to learn from Alexander, let us be inspired by his courage and vision. May we strive to lead with empathy and an open heart, recognizing that the true measure of greatness lies in how we uplift others along our journey. In conclusion, let's remember that Alexander's journey is not just a tale of conquest, but a narrative of connection and shared experiences. His legacy encourages us to forge our paths with a spirit of understanding and collaboration, crafting our own epic legacies.